BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So the early stable release of Chrome version 127 was made available late yesterday in my region on the 17th of July. And the early stable, as you may well know if you've been viewing this channel for some time, rolls out a week or so before the actual general availability release to the general public. So I would suggest that the early stable started rolling out yesterday on the 17th. So we can expect version 127 to roll out on the 23rd or the 24th. And also we will also get our version upgrades for Brave and Microsoft Edge as well next week, as well as I've mentioned earlier this week. Now, the early stable is only made available to a limited subset of users, and most, including myself, would not have received the early stable release. But when it does roll out, the version will be bumped up and build will be bumped up to 127.0.6533.57. Now, obviously, with that upgrade, we will get the security fixes that roll out more or less with every version upgrade. But I thought I'd just pull three kind of key highlights of the Chrome platform status as what we are expecting to see roll out. There's a lot more taking place under the hood, but I think these would be of most benefit. Now, the first is that they are going to be deprecating mutation events that are going to be deprecated. Now, mutation events, basically these are events that, according to Google, these events are still supported in browsers, and that's why they are deprecating it, because it makes the addition of new features much more difficult. And what this does is it's going to basically affect the usage of websites with global navigation bars and web pages dependent on this so-called mutation events. So a lot of your kind of legacy sites, for want of a better word, that do support global navigation bars on web pages that are dependent on this technology, they will appear blank in those fields where you've got global navigation bars on some of those older kind of legacy sites. And I have done a bit of a search before posting, and I have noticed that some sites with this technology are already starting to kind of put out warnings to their users that they are going to be sending out updates specific to different brands that will be affected by this, as Google is calling it, the deprecation of mutation events. So that's quite an important one for some developers of some websites, mainly kind of older websites. And then the next is support for video chapters in media metadata. And this is actually quite a big one, because the media session API will let you customize media notifications by providing metadata information for the media your web page is playing. So I think this is a nice move in the right direction. It will also allow you to handle media-related events such as seeking or track changing, which may come from notifications or media keys. So that's also going to be rolling out in version 127, and that's currently not the case. So that's going to be default across the board. Now, I think the big one with version 127, as I've posted on previously, and I posted a whole video on this, and I'll leave this down below and in the end screen, is the deprecation of third-party cookies. And that's because hidden behind an origin trial in Chrome version 127, Google is going to start disabling manifest v2 extensions, including uBlock Origin. And this is just a screenshot I took from my other device in Chrome Canary, and I've posted on this as well. And here we can see already in Chrome Canary 128, this extension may soon no longer be supported. And this is all part of it. Find an alternative. We've spoken about this previously on the channel. So that's going to be rolling out in version 127. Now, Google has this to say about the deprecation of third-party cookies. They say, Chrome intends to deprecate and remove default access to third-party cookies, which are also known as cross-site cookies, starting with the 1% testing period that began in the first quarter of 2024, followed by a gradual phase-out plan to ramp up from first quarter 2025, subject to addressing any remaining competition concerns of the UK's Competition and Markets Authority. So basically, by the end of this year, we can expect those third-party cookies to be deprecated. And we've spoke about this quite a lot on the channel. And their motivation, apparently, according to Google, for this is they say that their goal on the privacy sandbox is to reduce cross-site tracking while still enabling the functionality that keeps online content and services freely accessible by everyone. And I think that's going to cause a lot of debate, because obviously the deprecation of different extensions like uBlock Origin, the deprecation of third-party cookies, which will block the use and disable manifest v2 extensions like uBlock Origin, I think is causing a lot of debate in certain circles. So I think that's going to be the key highlight with version 1.2.7. But as mentioned, go check that video out if you'd like some more info. So those are just a couple of things we can expect to see. What I'm actually hoping for on a personal level, if we head over to Chrome Canary, is that Google will start rolling out some of these toolbar buttons, which I've posted on previously, where we can enable and disable toolbar icons in the toolbar. And I think that if they start pushing this out with version 1.2.7, I think that will be a nice move. But this is available in version 1.2.8 of Chrome, so maybe I'm being a little bit optimistic with that. But nonetheless, I am certainly hoping that those toolbar buttons and those toggles to enable and disable toolbar buttons will make its way to stable sooner than later. And obviously, when version 1.2.7 does roll out next week, I'll keep you guys in the loop. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.